Hi everyone, I'm Megan and this is Beguiled by Books, a community of book lovers and word nerds. Today I'm sharing some practical tips to help create a bookish sanctuary specifically for neurodivergent readers. Let's get started. There are so many things out in the world about creating cozy reading corners or book nooks and things like that. But what if your space was more than just a book nook and an entirely sensory friendly world? Imagine a space designed from the ground up for neurodivergent readers where your senses matter just as much as the books that you read. Today, we're going to reimagine what reading spaces can truly be. And by the end of this video, you will have practical tips and tricks that you need to create a sanctuary that does more than just hold your books, but holds space for you to read. Now, I haven't officially ever been diagnosed as somewhere on the neurodivergent spectrum, but I think we can all agree that there's a strong suspicion. In that context, we know that reading isn't just as simple as grab a book and relax. There are so many things vying for our attention, how the couch feels under us, or the blanket is too scratchy, or there's a lawnmower going on outside that just keeps distracting us. Those sensory challenges can be really distracting as we try and dive into books and really enjoy them. When those distractions add up, we get even more triggered with the next distraction, making it so much harder to be able to sit back and truly relax and enjoy. But now imagine the opposite. Imagine a space that doesn't trigger all of those sensory challenges. Imagine your space exactly the way you want it, where the right textures are available to you, the lighting can be adjusted based on what you need. There are so many things you can do to create a space, not just for reading, but in your own home for that particular part of your brain, whatever you're feeling. So, how do we design our reading haven? First, choose the best spot that you have. Maybe it's a cozy corner in your bedroom. Maybe it is a designated seat in your living space that's just for you and your books. Maybe there's somewhere completely different, like a little cubby in your closet that you want to use to curl up and be cozy and read in that space. There are no wrong answers here. The second step is to get your lighting sorted out. Harsh overhead lights can be really distracting and disconcerting for folks on the neurodivergent world. It is very overwhelming when you've got flickering lights or flashing lights or just harsh blue light coming at you. So warm lights are going to be your friend. They're easier on the eyes and they're better for keeping you focused on the task at hand, which hopefully is enjoying your book. I highly recommend a type of lighting where you can adjust the brightness. Maybe it's a dimmable lamp, or you have the ability to automate some lights in your home with smart technology, whatever that looks like. But depending on the time of day you're reading and other factors, you may want brighter or lower lights depending on what's going on. Step 3 is to figure out the sounds of your space. Maybe you want some noise canceling headphones where you can either play white noise or just drown out the world to help you read more. You may also need to add things like a rug or a blanket in your space if it's particularly echoey, if you're in something like a dorm with not a lot of textures to absorb all of that sound. Now we've designed our sound and our light and our space, but now we can talk about the actual comfort of that area. Anything that's ergonomic is going to help you here. Maybe that's a beanbag. Maybe that's a very fancy Herman Miller chair when you're at a desk and you need to study. There are a lot of different types of seating that will help you here, but just make sure you feel like your body is fully supported and you have the ability to move around. For me, I have a recliner in my living room. However, that limits my ability to lay on my side or to tuck my feet under me, things like that. So there's a lot going on to think about. Just make sure you feel comfortable with whatever seating you desire. Don't forget to bring in texture and tactile things as well to help with your environment. This might be blankets or even fidget spinners or things that you can touch and feel that make you happy. Maybe you like some textured decor, maybe even plants in the space would be helpful. Whatever that is to help bring balance into your space, try adding a few of those touches. And don't forget to organize the books in your space. While open shelves make everything look accessible, for a lot of folks with sensory differences, that might be too much information. Having a bookshelf with all the books that you own or all the books on your TBR might start stressing you out and actually detract from your reading experience. So it may be helpful if you had a cabinet with some tucked away books and you rotated a small stack from time to time. A lot of different ways you can do this, but just want to call it out as something I've personally experienced, and I know other ND folks have as well. Now, when it comes to personalizing your space, there are no wrong answers. Make it yours. If you want to read in front of your wall of collectible Funko Pops, do it. If you want to read in a cubby surrounded by cozy blankets that's shut off from the world like Moira Rose in her closet, do that too. There are no wrong answers in creating your bookish haven. Just make sure it's personalized to you and it suits your needs and your reading styles. And most importantly, remains flexible. The best part about creating a designated space for your reading is everything gets better. You'll enjoy the book more. You'll remember more from reading the book. And your sanctuary will help sustain your love of books, especially as if you make it flexible and you are able to change it up to suit your needs. So my challenge for you is to start this week. Try something today or tomorrow or this week to change your reading setup in a way that works better for you. Maybe that's just picking a spot. Maybe you've got a weird blank corner and you want to do something reading related in there. Start small. You don't have to fully transform your space all at once, but start with something to create that haven for your reading, especially if you are stuck or in a reading slump. This will absolutely help get you out of that. If you liked this video, found it helpful, found some practical tips or tricks, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and click that notification bell so that you're always notified when videos come out, and they come out about once a week. As always, if you have anything you want to share, I'm always here. Please tell me your tips and tricks for how you created your reading space and how it makes you happy. I'm always curious to see how folks are doing that. Share pictures if you're able. And until next time, have a wonderful day.